stops working at its best capacity, and it causes people to start seeing things and hearing things. It makes people sad and confused. So scientists are wondering what causes schizophrenia, and they realize that in the brain of people who have schizophrenia, there are these small things called dopamine, and they have a lot of dopamine in their brain. So they decided to give these people who have schizophrenia medicine that will decrease the dopamine in their brain. And then they saw that the people who have schizophrenia stopped seeing things and hearing things. They became so much less sad, and they decided to call this the dopamine hypothesis of schizophrenia.
Alright, so today we're going to be talking about schizophrenia. So what is schizophrenia? So it's characterized by two types of symptoms: positive, which is behaviors that are added, which include visual and auditory hallucinations, paranoia, and delusions. And there's also negative symptoms, which are things that are taken away. So people with schizophrenia have difficulty speaking, planning, and expressing emotion. So what causes schizophrenia? So in our brain, we have these cells called neurons, and they use these small molecules to communicate with each other. And one of them is called dopamine. And scientists believe that excess dopamine is what causes schizophrenia. And they think that because people who have schizophrenia are treated with antipsychotics, and that decreases the amount of dopamine in their brain and helps to relieve some of the symptoms. And also, people who do recreational drugs often act like they have schizophrenia because it increases the amount of dopamine in their brain.
What is schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is a disorder for a person's ability to think, behave, and act. So how is schizophrenia determined? So there's two different types of symptoms. There's positive symptoms and negative symptoms. So positive symptoms are mostly psychotic symptoms, and then negative symptoms are removal of normal processes. So how do scientists discover that one has schizophrenia? So that the diagnosis of schizophrenia comes from one of these positive symptoms and one of these negative symptoms. To have schizophrenia, they need either delusions, hallucination, disorganized speech, or one of the negative symptoms. So the causes of schizophrenia are unknown, but there are a couple hypotheses. There are multiple different hypotheses. So one of them is the dopamine hypothesis. So the dopamine hypothesis is that schizophrenia is caused by increase of dopamine in the neurons. The way this hypothesis was discovered was antipsychotic drugs are actually used to improve schizophrenia symptoms. So what antipsychotic drugs do is they block dopamine receptors, and then when they block dopamine receptors, this reduces dopamine levels in the neurons. So there's two different pathways that determine the schizophrenia hypothesis. So there's a mesolimbic pathway and a mesocortical pathway. So in the mesolimbic pathway, increase of dopamine causes positive symptoms, and then in the mesocortical, dopamine hyperactivity causes negative symptoms. So what is the treatment for schizophrenia? The treatment is antipsychotic drugs. They are mostly effective, but they come with a lot of side effects.